idea when YouTube will kick us off, but apparently it has now done so, and we are now running Double Feature Horror Show episode 230, in which we cover Society, the film in which Brian Yuzna tried to do for liquid latex and assorted goop what Stanley Kubrick did for stage blood in The Shining. Hello everyone joining us live, I hope you are well. This is going to be the final installment in this initial run of our body horror season, which I think I'm very impressed by. We haven't touched Cronenberg once. That's got to be an achievement, right?
I think so, yeah. I mean, Cronenberg, does Cronenberg want to be touched? Where on the teddy bear did you touch the Cronenberg?
Ooh.
We didn't, as a matter of fact, we didn't.
Cronenberg is an art all his own.
We did a Cronenberg's arc, you know. What's that?
His son and his daughter.
Yeah, son and daughter. We covered him. I think. Did we bring in one from the big man himself?
I think we did. Yeah.
What was it?
We also did Videodrome a long time ago. I wasn't on screen at the time, but I got James Woods to repost it.
Oh my God! Yes, you did.
That was pretty great.
That was a highlight. That and there was what was it called? Butterfly Stitches or something.
Butterfly Kisses.
Butterfly Kisses, and we actually had the director and one of the lead actors in the stream, like in the chat. That was pretty. It was a good thing we were saying nice things about that film.
I was very relieved it was actually a good movie. Yeah, I mean, R.I.P. the director, indeed. That was a special one.
Oh wait, has he died since?
I'm afraid he did.
Wow.
I'm afraid he did. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Sad times. Sad times. My brain is. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but Eric Christopher Meyer. Little shout out, folks! If you fancy one of the best meta found footage movies out there, Butterfly Kisses. It's a late entry and it's a good one.
Definitely.
Yeah. Sorry for bringing a little bit of the grim there. We're rescued from that, though. We are rescued by Lawrence, who this week has avoided the Aussie scourge and dropped a 5 spot, as Dangerfield would say, saying, hello. Let's try that again. Hello, Proper Horror Show of the Proper Horror Show and Co show, not featuring Poe. I'm amazed I managed to get through that. Some people claim that we live in a society. Thoughts? Well, folks, do we live in a society? I've heard it said.
I was tempted to put the Joker as my background. In fact, I am tempted enough to do it.
Oh, go for it.
I am tempted enough to do it.
I've gone for a completely unrelated avatar this week. You know, just in case I need to shoot off. I thought I'd resurrect this mad lad.
Oh, where are we? Let me see. Oh, I can't see. Keep it up for a minute. I'm just saving this image.
Right. Keep it up for a minute. Oh.
Thank you.
There you are. Enjoy it. Thank you very much, Lawrence.
Cameron, love it.
Resurrected it. I know. I quite like being on camera for these, though. It's nice. As I said, I used to not do it because I found it way too distracting. And I know, just a few years of doing these streams, you relax into it, don't you?
Absolutely. Definitely, yeah.
That's nice. Chat, do you like it? Do you like it when we're on cam? Be very nice, please.
Oh, actually, I mean...
I do cry.
Oh, okay. I've actually just got a few images here, actually, that aren't the Joker.
Ooh. Which Joker?
I'll tell you, if we're going disturbing...
I reckon so. I'm in suspense. Do you want to sort that out and I'll get
There we go.
Oh, Lord. What
Hang
is... on. Oh, no. Took me a while to recognise that one. Took me a while. Regretting it. Oh, dear. Well, thank you. Thank you for that.
That's all right.
I'm, of course, joined as ever by TCG and Murgoot, and I'll quickly get the shills out of the way. Thank you very much, Lawrence, for kicking us off. Much appreciated. I hope you're basking in the glory of getting first and not being beaten by the menace down under. Just saying, if you want to be like Lawrence, you can support the channel via super chats or joining as a member both here and on Subscribestar. And when you do that, you get to vote on the arc. Channel members are voting on the arc for May right now. And got some good selections in there. You also get exclusive content. And one of the things I've been asking people this month is, what would make people take the step and join as a member for a while? Putting up some options, extra exclusives, some monthly commentaries. I can think of a couple of series that I think would really benefit from the audio commentary treatment. So if you have any thoughts on that, that was the last post, do let me know. I think that is everything. Links to Subscribestar are in the description. And of course, links to my fabulous co-hosts are in the description as well. Anything you folks would like to chill? Anything that's been interesting?
Yeah, so for me, after we do this tonight, I'll be over on my second channel, TCG's Gaming Emporium, where we're currently playing Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. We're on part 4 tonight, so if you haven't already subscribed, do check it out. I have multitasking. I have actually got the stream set up, so it is available. I'll drop a link in the comments in a moment. But yeah, go and subscribe. Do yourselves a favor, because you know you want to. If you haven't done so already, what's the matter with you? We're on 221 subscribers, perpetually stuck on that number, right? We did go up to 225. YouTube decided, actually, no. How about you just go back to 221? So yeah,
you got Harrian syndrome.
Basically, yeah.
On a number.
And I don't even do politics, which is crazy.
Well, Harrian only broke out of it by slacking off Doctor Who.
Ah, okay. Maybe that's what I need to do.
That's what you got to do. That's the way out of it.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. So come over tonight for pure, unadulterated Doctor Who abuse. The problem is, though, I don't watch Doctor Who, so I don't actually know much about it. So that'll probably be my lead in, really. Shit. Nice. Don't like it. I don't care. I don't care what the Doctor looks like. I don't watch it.
There, I can feel the rage already. There we go. Working. How about yourself, Murgoot?
Just X at Murgoot. One interesting thing I saw the other day was Richard Stanley of Color Out of Space fame and other interesting movies has become a neo-Cathar. I have to Google that. I'm afraid. Is it painful? No, the Cathar heresy. The Albigensian crusade in France, where they killed off an entire city-state.
As you do. As you do.
That unexpected. Very unexpected. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, who's bringing back the Cathar heresy?
I know someone else who says we should be going on crusades again, but I don't know if I want to mention his name on YouTube.
Oh, the thing, actually, speaking of X, I saw Carl Gon of Applebee's.
Oh, yes.
Long post against that Valentina Gomez, who apparently
I saw that too.
Who was banned from entering the UK. Now, what a post! Absolutely put that little tart in her place. I can't stand. I didn't know who she was, right? Didn't know who she was, and it took me all of 2 seconds to be like, yeah, I don't like this person. And the thing is, the way I look at it, right? The way I look at it, you know, if you're from overseas and you want to come to the UK, right, it is not a right, it is a privilege, right? We should have the right. We should have the right to basically say yes or no to anybody for whatever reason. And if you don't like the reason, Valentina, don't become what you claim to hate and say, oh, I'm going to get on the boat. Shut up. Bugger off. No one likes you. Fuck off.
I'm with you. That was a fine moment for Mr. Benjamin. Like,
I only read the first entry, and it's like, I agree. Shut up, Valentina. Go away, and then moved on to other things.
But the pinpointing of the feminine narcissism motivation was just sort of, that's like, you've already won the match, you don't need the fatality. But he dragon morphed.
all I could see was the Ralph Wiggum meme, like, no, stop, he's dead.
Yeah, after the second one in the thread, it's all I could hear was Mortal Kombat's perfect fatality.
Oh, mate. Oh, it was it's beautiful, delightful to see.
Good times. A request. Out of character emotional crash out exclusives requested by John Garris. I mean, I don't know, man. I know about crash outs. I've been tempted to do like out of character, out of focus stuff where it's just I do politics splurging, but to be honest, everyone signed up to about 50 politics channels, and I like to think that we are a little haven from that. Even if we may be sympathetic to many of you, we can stop it taking over this little portion of the internet. So
absolutely,
I've held off on that, even though my goodness, do I want to sometimes. Anyway, so let's move us into the final film we're covering for our body horror arc. This was a bit inevitable. People did vote for it. I see us returning. I think this is juicy territory. We started with the very beginnings of body horror, kind of, in the 50s, where it's very space themed. It's still kind of externalized. We're moving into the 80s, where things are a little bit more complicated. I think maybe we can save a second arc for when we look into the sort of 90s and 2000s approach, where it's a lot more weird, a lot more Kafkan, many a metamorphosis inspired movie coming in the late art. So we'll do a return to body horror. Right now, Society by our good friend Brian Yuzna. Yeah, Dylan would love this movie indeed, Leiku, indeed. And we're doing something very nice for Dylan after repeated, endless pestering. I am caving and covering the film he requested. I don't want to set a precedent because I know Mr. GB will still try and get us to do Battlefield Earth. But just this once. I'm one over. Yeah, so you will notice on the poster from the producer of Reanimator, This is an early one for Yuzna. He's stepping out on his own. He's moving away from his partnership with Stuart Gordon and striking out on his own. We've done a few Yuznas before, folks, mostly Lovecraft adaptations. What were your thoughts on him? Murgoot, starting with you. What, pro Yuzna? Big fan?
Oh, yeah. Yuzna's, I don't care what his politics are. He's great at making people's nightmares appear on screen and giving it that comedic effect that makes it even more horrid when you stop to think about what's going on. And his choice to bring Screamin' Mad George on, interesting chap originally from Japan, took George as his English patronym, named himself after Screamin' Jay Hawkins, one of the original shock rockers from the 50s.
You got me an interesting photo of Mr. Hawkins.
Yeah.
Can we have that on YouTube? Is that a bit risky?
Maybe. Then again, that video, I Put a Spell on You, is on YouTube, and it's very highly rated. So.
Fair play. Yeah, Yuzna's always been a little bit out there. Like, he's one of those guys he can get a movie made, but he never gets the mega budget. You know, that Hollywood sort of decided at this point, okay, you can make movies, but you aren't big leagues. Kind of like Wes Craven in a way. Like, Craven could get a movie together, but he had to really do what the studio said. Yuzna, I feel, is a little bit like that as well, but otherwise, interesting guy, raised in the Philippines by Roman Catholic parents, moved all over the place before getting into filmmaking, and otherwise has seemed, despite what he's putting out here, a pretty wholesome dude. Married, 4 kids, no scandals, unless I've missed one. Seems like a pretty nice guy. TCG, how about yourself? We've covered a couple of them. Reanimator, I don't think we've looked at. We haven't looked at Necronomicon together, but
don't think we have. No.
Are you a fan of his stuff, or if you can't remember, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, Reanimator's a bit hazy, if I'm completely honest. But I think I remember liking it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think I remember liking it.
Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah. This one for me.
That's all right.
I'm kind of on the. I'm not on the fence. What was I was going to say on the fence? I'm hoping we do. Speaking of fences, I do hope we see some Britishers tonight. But I'm good. Oh, good stuff. I'm leaning on the side of John Gorris, to be honest with you. The characters, the script, the writing was absolute. Just it was dog. It was dog. But in terms of style, the practical effects that they used, the gore, just the it was very good, very, very good in that regard. It felt like it leaned one way in one direction very, very, very blatantly, and sort of thought about, are the audience really going to care what they're saying? We'll throw in a couple of cheesy lines just to, make sure they're still paying attention. But other than that, let's have some women facing the other way around. Let's have some just blob things happening. It's like you said, Murgoot, backstage. It's like a continuation of last week's stream, really, where we're still. It's just the blob things, jelly mold mashed. At the end when where that lad gets absolutely devoured. It is wild. It's wild.
In case anyone has not done the homework by watching the movie, which for some reason is on YouTube in its entirety.
Oh yeah.
How? Honestly. Egal. But if anyone hasn't done the homework and watched all 95 minutes,
do.
Who wants to sum it up?
No, I said
What's the pint of Guinness?
I refuse to do the pint of Guinness.
I'll pass it to Murgoot.
I refuse. I said I'm not doing it this week. No.
Well, I enjoy this fine white Russian. Murgoot, you.
Rich teenager Bill going to Beverly Hills Private Academy is having problems seeing and hearing things. In the beginning, he has a nightmare. Hears things around the house, grabs a knife found by his parents. His psychiatrist is trying to say that, he's just paranoid and we'll put you on medication. And it devolves as Bill figures out that something's not right at his school. He finds out that all the high society people he thinks they're part of a cult, and then discovers, much to his misfortune, that they're an entirely different species, and hilarious, grotesque orgy comes into play at the end.
That's pretty, yeah.
It's almost like this film should take place on an island.
I mean, I had some fun naming the stream, to be honest.
Yeah. Average Epstein Party.
I mean, the analysis has not, it's aged like fine wine. Let's be honest.
This film was almost prophetic. And gee, at the end, they even get away with it.
I mean, where is it? I'm just putting it out there. I apologize if you don't want to see anything graphic, folks. We are going to risk it here. I'm just saying, they chose a really young-looking lad for Blanchard.
They did. How old was he in real life? Do we know?
I think he's late 20s, but he looks like an absolute baby face in this. I'm just,
and the fact that they're all like old, really old, like the vast majority of them are like really old people as well. It just adds to that.
The judge is just absolutely
oh, the judge, mate, that is awful. It's actually like wrong, mate. I felt my stomach churning when he's
this
there,
guy.
like, oh, that's just oh, mate.
This is your sleep paralysis demon,
right?
here.
Basically, if I saw that, and when I was waking up and I couldn't move, Jesus, I wouldn't be.
That cigar predicted Bill Clinton.
No, Lakutaku says Tory convention. That sounds about right.
Oh, hang on, Tories. Wait. Where is he? Where is he? They've got like
Cameron,
the blueprint for Tory boys. Look, this is pure distilled Tory boy right here. Brian Beamer.
He actually does look a little bit like that Harry Enfield Tory boy.
He does. I think if you were to milk David Cameron, this guy'd come out. He's
my God,
absolutely unfiltered. I kind of love him. That's Brian Beamer, a working actor in the Michael Madsen mold, if you will, doing a rather fun job, I think. So yeah, I mean, that's a pretty decent summary. And would it be fair to say, folks, would you disagree with me? The whole movie is basically a build-up to that end scene.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, this film is pure 80s satire. It's fun. I think the script is meant to be bad. Some of the lines just...
Well, hold up there.
Hang on. So
dodgy writing? Dodgy writing, you say?
Are you saying, Murgoot, that they're actually turning around and going, her jokes on them, I'm actually retarded?
Yeah.
No.
I'm torn on that. Okay, so I mean, it's an interesting one. Hang on.
The 80s is
Joe.
The 80s.
Do you think I didn't check
pretty retarded in this day and age. It's like watching Scary Movie without knowing all the films it points to.
I just think no. I'm sorry, Matt. I can't agree with it. I don't think it was intentionally bad writing. I think it was bad writing.
Yeah, so let's lay this out. I mean, this is Brian Yuzna stepping up from producing to being the director. He's not doing the writing. It's a guy called, off the top of my head, it's Woody Keith, who later changes his name to Zeph Daniel. Let me do a quick check on that. Yes, Woody Keith and Rick Fry. And chat is quite focused on one aspect of the film. I will say I had a little check, and I believe that for the director and the writer, it's a no. But if I am wrong about that, and there's something missing from their Wikipedias, do let me know. It's not an aspect that I intend to lean on hugely on this. I know it's baiting it, folks, but let's remember where we are. Come on, guys. Come on. Brian Yuzna's parents are Catholics. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Not
on Wikipedia.
If they're Filipino, I'm not surprised.
Well, I would assume they're sort of missionaries in the Philippines because they're Roman Catholics over there. So, that's what I would assume. I got so distracted on this particular question about the film. I forgot where we're going. So the question was about whether it's deliberately badly written or not. And it is entirely possible. Like, this is the guy who's involved with Bride of Reanimator, which is one of the few films I did not get through. I was partly just knackered because it was the third film I was watching on a Halloween, and I can no longer stay awake for 3 films. Tragic as that is. But he is no stranger to somewhat shoddy horror writing. And I feel with this one, possibly, possibly as a junior production. Some stuff just slipped by, and they were like, "Yeah, it's fine. We just need to get the movie made.
We've got to
let this go.
We've got to get to the alien orgy scene. Let's just
yeah."
Well, he didn't have Stuart Gordon around holding the reins, trying to keep things on track. I think Stuart Gordon makes great B movies, great Lovecraft movies, and he kept things tight, whereas Yuzna's kind of all over the place.
Especially when you switch horses and you're suddenly directing. I mean, Kevin Williamson's a pretty darn good writer, but when he switched to directing Scream 7, I'm just saying. So, I mean, let's be specific for people. What are we talking about? What are some of the writing problems in this that we've picked up on? And I'm going to move our prototypical, archetypical Tory boy away, and we're going to go back to. It's got to be the judge again, hasn't it?
I'll give you a quote straight up. I mean, it's time to party hearty.
That's just cool, right?
The jelly bean quote was just awful.
Lean mean jelly machine. Sorry, lean machine jelly bean.
I mean,
like,
there's one particular one that's sticking in people's head about. I've got to get what's her name. This fabulous lady.
Yeah, Clarissa.
Clarissa, when she gets she's got an interesting way of offering a coffee.
Yeah.
Here's your tea. Do you want
cream sugar? Want me to pee in it? Actually,
I love it. I just think it's great when they remember your order. That's personalization.
I'm surprised she didn't say one lump or two. He said two, and then she squats. Sorry, Billy. I only have brown sugar.
That is horrific. You remind me.
Mom I thought the actress was actually a cross between Divine and John Matuzak as Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds. Nope, that's a real woman.
True.
I'm sorry as well. Like, let's be honest, lads. Right? You see a woman in that sort of position, you're thinking opportunity. You're not getting freaked out. You're thinking, damn,
she's flexible.
Put a ring on it.
Clearly a Cirque du Soleil candidate here.
Yep.
Simple effect. Oh dear. I mean, yeah, there are those weird lines. Like milk, sugar, I could pee in it for you. Like that's like quirky writing that I could see as having a bit of fun, being
I've got another one. Dinner is served, Billy on the half shell.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
was that a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference or something?
I thought Turtle Power as well.
No, oysters on the half shell. It's a delicacy.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
okay.
I was thinking more so like there are those weird lines, but I'm just thinking there are like basic plot elements that threw me off. Like one, and we should address this one and solve the mystery. Okay. One, Clarissa's mum, what's going on? Oh, two, Clarissa seems to flip-flop between being evil harlot and genuinely sympathetic. Not just like a character arc. We like a character arc.
Mm-hmm.
She has like bipolar writing. She is back and forth on that. We are all very confused.
Back and forth, just like that image.
Oh, so true. Oh, it's deeper than we
thought.
Her
control of her mom. The mom loves hair, and then she pulls the hairpiece off the cop and is just staring at it.
Can we just point out as well that the teens left the mum there? They left the mum.
Did they?
Yeah.
The mom was one of them. It's just she's brain dead enough that,
Clarissa's one of them too.
I suppose, yeah. But they were like, why? Yeah, but then why didn't the mum go in the first place? I mean, Clarissa was there.
Well,
Joe. I mean, yeah, Joe. Obviously, those guys. But come on, man.
Is retarded.
Yeah. This is what a woman looked like. She didn't actually speak, to be fair, but
so
okay, all right. Okay,
we got those elements. We got Clarissa's all over. Yeah, we got Clarissa's. All that stuff is all over the place. We've got Billy announces dramatically he's moving out. He drops a big "F you, Dad," and storms out, and then just carries on living there, and it's totally forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one of those. Oh, what are the consequences? Like, you just take the. I was like, is he going to get in trouble for taking the car? Oh no, he just carries on going back there. He forgets it. Okay, maybe he's a teenager having a strop, but then it's like the very end of the film. He finally gets to. Do I have a screenshot? He's punched his dad out. I have got it.
Calls him a butthead, and then sees his father become a butthead.
Yeah. Oh, Billy, I guess you're right. I am a butthead.
Like, he's had the crap beaten out of him in like a one-on-one fight where there was flagrant cheating, and everyone's cool with it. And then he can suddenly deck his dad, but then the elite society is just like, nah, it'll be fine. Like, we'll let him go. Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
I think they control everything.
An opening in Washington again.
Yeah, it's
society goes on.
I guess so. It was just, man, I don't see how you end the film like that. I mean, if we're not meant to take it super seriously, okay, but it's a weird ending to point out, like, they control absolutely everything, and then it's like, yeah, we'll let them go though, because we're such honest people.
Yeah,
I laughed all the way through the movie both times I watched it the past couple days.
No, I didn't laugh.
Oh, I laughed my ass off.
No, I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh.
It was a struggle for you.
It was. It was. I felt like I was being forced, like Billy's friend.
It was an 80s sex comedy mixed with horror at the end, and you're just.
I'm not a prude, Murgoot. I'm not a prude. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a prude.
It's a good thing you're not a prude.
Just like no,
she's covered up. This is fine. This is fine.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lawrence, it's like what I'm saying is it's not that, you know, I'm meant to take the film seriously. It's just like, I don't know, basic breaks in like the plot and the world construction throw me off. That's what gets me. That's what gets me a bit.
Was she with that dude at the beginning of the film, like when he's giving his speech? And I swear she looked different.
Well,
she's dressed like a little more preppy. Hang on, we might have a bit of a problem with this screenshot.
She did a Sharon Stone impression, basically.
Yes, only she had black panties on.
She also looks like the angle of that makes her
I thought that
she's severely anorexic. That's a weird.
I thought that as well. I thought that. I'm thinking, like, what the hell is wrong with that midriff? That is what's going on with that seat?
Weird angle.
She's got a corset on.
I thought that might have been the case, but it just looked very. And maybe that's like an early clue in the film that it just looks very unnatural. And then obviously, then you see this and you're like, God damn. But yeah, Normie the Navi, evening. Oh, well, hello.
Yeah, we got to. I mean, this is a great shot. Let's be honest. Like when you're talking about this is a parody of the 80s, it's like, even though it's 1989, they're coming to the end of it. The tropes are well known.
Oh yeah, the giving him the facial with the sunscreen. It's straight out of Hard Bodies, another teen sex comedy. It's they're hitting all the tropes, and it's hysterical.
The family are set up like. Oh, sorry, Murgoot.
I laughed all the way through it.
Yeah, the family is set up like Dynasty as well. I should have a shot or two of them, but they are presented just like it's so over the top. The There we go. We'll go with this. But yeah, they're on lovely thrones. The judge is never shy of a cigar. Oh, excellent stuff. That is clear satire. Clear satire. But just that basic plot construction riles me a bit. It rankles a bit. Look, things like the secret recording, and they manage to, like, in the space of about 2 hours or something, they get his family to completely re-record it. And like, I know it's it's just, I like a satire, I like a joke, but the film's plot is relying on a level of, like,
well, they control the world. They're the society. They're the high society. They can do anything they want, whenever, whatever.
I know.
Magically, they make a point of laughing on screen about the Jeep reappearing. I mean, it's just one of those things.
I guess am I just being autistic? But there's no way you could do it. I'm fine with them, like, if he says, "Oh, there's absolutely nothing on there," yeah, that tape was broken. Don't know what you're talking about. I lost it. I'm being too much of an autist, but
I think that's valid though. I think that's valid, to be fair, because I thought that was a bit. It felt a bit quick for them to sort of put all of that. To put all that together, and I thought maybe they're using some sort of, like, John's beat me to it, some sort of like tech. But then again, they do mention in the film, because he's like, "Are you aliens?" And they're like, "No, we've just been here for a very, very long time." So, you know, it's equally plausible that they're just some sort of species that actually just lives amongst us, but actually isn't a alien species as such.
Chat, careful now.
It's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah, they when talking about their teenage champion, they invoke Julius Caesar and Genghis Khan.
That's right.
Descendants of the society.
That's right.
Yeah, and they give you the hint, like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe this is part of explaining Clarissa's mum, but are they meant to be, like, basically slugs, and, like, are these meant to be, like, their babies?
Yeah, they're banana slugs. Endemic in California. They're nasty little critters. They slime everything. And
you know what else slimes everything?
Yeah.
They've been here for thousands of years. They look just like us. What are you getting at, TCG?
What are you getting? I mean, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but, you know, this moment here.
I thought this was great.
He looks like Watto. Why does he look like Watto?
Watto? What's that?
You know,
the slave master in Star Wars 1, the Phantom.
Oh, of course. Is that the dude who's
like... I can't do the impression.
Flies around with nose. Everybody says he's one of the master race.
Right.
I'm just saying he's foreshadowing George Lucas by 10 years here. Yeah. Why he just transforms into a whole hand, I don't know. The Screaming Mad George was going a bit... He'd been given a very, very free rein. Joe, there is a joke I can make there, but not on YouTube. I'm afraid. We will move on. Yeah. So if they grow up into slugs, like we get it confirmed that Billy isn't theirs. They are conspicuously, like, they are blonde. I know, Joe, you're not wrong. They're all blonde,
for the
and
next...
Billy is... Sorry, they're grooming him for...
being food for their daughter.
Yeah,
a bit like an upmarket meal, basically.
Yeah, he's basically like a veal calf. You know, they were raising him for the slaughter, for their very sick amusement.
Bit of foie gras.
It's kind of handy because films like this have a problem when there's a big conspiracy of like, why would they screw with him so much? It's like, they're just evil and sick, and they really, really enjoy screwing with them. That's why.
Well,
they're not trying to be efficient
talked
at
about
all.
being a great hunt and making sure that everything is prepared just right to make him perfect for the
shunt.
The shunt, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I just don't know what else I can say, man. This film is just so crazy.
Yeah, I'm hitting the same problem with you. Like, I'm trying to working out what they are. Working out what they are is like, does that help us understand Clarissa's mum, or did they particularly care? Did they care about Clarissa's mum? Like,
I think
did they just think it was funny?
I think she's just a comedic foil to everything. Very disturbing comedic foil, but all her hair eating and fondling, that was great. That running gag.
I still can't get over the fact that it's actually a woman.
It is. I mean, there you go.
I mean,
it's true.
It looks
like John Matuzak. Drag.
It's like John Candy.
I can see it. I can see it. Like, what happened there? Is she like, did the slugs take over a host? Like, is there any point in us trying to work it out? Like, they take over a host and something went wrong in this case?
I don't think so. I think this might be their equivalent of Down syndrome.
Yeah, maybe. I don't feel like the film cares.
Does that make Clarissa? Yeah, but then does that make Kelly Osbourne non-fat chat?
Brutal.
That is absolutely brutal. That is. I'm seeing it. What was I saying? Yeah. So would that make Clarissa the carer for this one? And the whole mum-daughter thing is just a front.
It's like, it's a tough. How do you get Clarissa from her? And if you do, who's done the deed? You know, you gotta ask these questions. Excuse me a second. I'm just gonna get a light on it. It's super dark in here.
This picture, man, it's just.
There we go.
The beach picture's even better, but
yeah.
we do like it. What does this?
What does it mean?
I have the trouble. I just feel like the film doesn't care.
No, I don't think it does.
I think it wanted to watch too much John Waters and needed a divine type figure.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, Horror. This film just wanted to get to the end. It wanted to get to the end, and it just had to throw in anything in between the beginning and the end, just so we could get to that bit. You know, quality be damned in terms of the writing ability or the storyline or the storytelling. We're going, we're going there. We're going to be as crazy as we can be. We're going to be as random as we want to. But at the end, we're going to be getting our slug orgy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much so. Like, just get to that bit, and
that's all the audience want to see. In fact, actually saying that, because this was my first watch, what I will say is, okay, so I thought initially, like, what the hell am I watching? And then I sort of thought to myself, hang on a minute, am I watching the delusions of an individual? Are we seeing the world through Billy's eyes? And is he actually losing his mind? And is everything just his paranoia? And is it all, all in his head? And everything that he's conjured up so far, all these conspiracies, all these belief systems, is it all just in his head? And we're going to see at the end, actually, no, it's just a normal family. I would have liked that better if if that was happening, because at least then there would be like a through line in terms of the story, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because okay, well, of course it's not going to make sense as you're watching the film, because you're seeing someone lose their mind, you're seeing someone go down a rabbit hole of delusion and and mental illness, and of course it's not going to make sense. And in a way that would make sense at the end when when you get the answers that actually we're all good. It is actually Billy who's just crazy. And then we didn't get that.
No, the film,
we got slimy orgy.
Well, if I understand you, I think you're having one of the same problems I had, which is the film is very one track. You are, from what you're shown, there is absolute, unless it's totally dishonest, then you're in no doubt they are weird alien freaks up to something creepy, and they're screwing with Billy. And there's no doubt from this. And it's just kind of like a constant thing is Billy's led down this path until he discovers. There's not really a twist and a turn. Like, you're shown from the start that they are weird, creepy aliens. Like, where is it? You are like, you're shown this footage in the in the opening credits. You're like trying to work out what this is. Yeah. But then a few minutes later, you are shown. Do I have
his sister?
Oh, this is risky on YouTube. Risky on YouTube.
Yeah.
Britishers.
I mean, look, maybe I think this is just screaming Mad George's vision. He's Japanese. He just naturally sees it like that.
Yeah. It should be fun on YouTube. I mean, the film is on YouTube.
2 minutes later, when she asks him to zip him up, and her back bubbles. And
yeah. Again, like I'm seeing it, and I'm thinking paranoid. Like, are these delusions? And also but the way she sort of asks him to zip, like, I don't know, if I feel like, if someone's asked, what do you normally associate somebody asking you to zip up their dress? It's normally not somebody, what
husband and wife.
Or maybe, it's a flirtatious kind of behavior in a way.
Well, I don't know if YouTube will zap us for it, but the whole incest thing was total squirk-worthy through the whole movie.
No, it's not that, Murgoot. The family is just playing Twister.
I mean, look, I'm with you. Like, that sort of the incest and the adoption. Billy's adoption paranoia is like something that the film kind of forgets. Like, that's a source of tension that was there that they left. Let me throw something out there. Let's try and improve something to resolve your problem, TCG. And my problem,
well, at the end, they resolve it saying, yes, we adopted you. You're for your sister.
Oh, well, yeah, they just confirm it. But I was thinking the fact that it's one track, like it's the paranoid conspiracy angle, but there's no doubt from the very start that the conspiracy is true. It's not like the Mel Gibson classic conspiracy theory. It's not like The Game, right?
Right.
There are other examples. Chat, give me a better one. But
this is just railroaded straight through. There's no twists, turns, red herrings, anything like that. You're right. It's railroaded straight through. This film doesn't play subtle at all.
No. Well, how about that psychiatrist that we see at the start who repeatedly says, "Oh, I hate putting you on drugs, Billy."
Yep.
What if that is basically your start? Is he's freaking out, and the psychiatrist is like, "Billy, I think it's time for us to try something new." Gives him some new pills or an injection, and that's when he starts having the freakouts. Start seeing stuff, and it's like, I know this is kind of a pat storyline, but it is at least something that isn't, oh yeah, they are freaky space mutant weirdos, and you're just waiting for that to pay off. You would have a bit of a play and a bit of a doubt, and you could have fun with a conspiracy angle.
I mean,
is it just the mess,
And another thing that sort of leans into that as well, as to whether, he's losing his mind or if it is just like this massive, like, cabal of people things that are eating the less fortunate, shall we say, is the scene where he finds that preppy lad in the car with his throat cut. And then he goes to the debate the next day and he's out there like, you know, basically going full Alex Jones on stage. And then all of a sudden the kid turns up alive. And it's like, oh, hold on a minute. Okay, that's interesting. Because I thought that was quite good. Okay, like, okay, is he actually leaning into or descending into madness, or you know, or are we still sort of on this ride where, oh, actually it is just this massive conspiracy?
Yeah, things like they swapped the car. That's good, because if you can pay attention to that. If you can catch that and be like, yeah, they did swap the car. That is something that an audience can latch onto and use as evidence. That's tasty. But I just don't feel like the film was interested in doing that. And it really just wanted to get to the
red slug orgy.
Slug orgy, yeah.
That's what it wanted to do. That's all it wanted to do.
In which case, I need to work up a graphic for this. Can we get this? Anyone want to make the could have been 15 minutes shorter award? Can we do that?
Look, like, if the director had his own way, this film would have been one scene long.
Yeah. I'm just
he gets it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a story. I just want a slug orgy.
Yeah. It's where the interest clearly lies. And I'm just saying, if that is where you're going, get straight to it. Get straight to it. It's not a film that I would say had much in the way of other highlights. It is literally all about that value. Finale. And I'm trying to think of comparisons, and like nothing is fair. Like Brain Dead, to an extent, is trying to get you to that Massacre by Lawnmower. But it's got lots of stuff on the way.
What about
Night of the Creeps?
Paranormal. So I got Paranormal Activity.
Maybe.
To an extent, those are all build up. Yeah, that's a good one. Night of the Creeps, I don't know. Fill me in, Murgoot.
Alien slugs take over a sorority house.
And is it all built up for that finale?
Yeah.
Is that where all the effects money went?
Yeah.
Okay. Lakey's saying, I thought there would be doppelgangers. Entirely possible that there could be doppelgangers, which makes their decision to make a fake body in the funeral of Blanchard really weird.
I don't think that's weird. I think the excuse that they did a lot of work on him, probably, you know, I found that believable because the crash site did look tragic. Oh, that's another line as well. For God's sake.
Oh,
right. He's being put in the back of an ambulance, right? The sheet's over him, blood's everywhere. And Billy walks up to the ambulance, the paramedics is like, is he dead? What do you think?
A++. That's our protagonist, boys. That's
he absolutely deserved everything he got in this film. I'm sorry, like the fact
I did like the guy's excuse. Maybe they did a lot of reconstructive.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it's believable. It is believable because you kind of think like, oh yeah, like if they, you know, obviously if his skull was smashed in, let's say for example, like the cheekbones, you know, they would have like filled over. They would have done work to like cover that up, and it made sense. So I was genuinely surprised when they brought that kid in. Yeah, I was surprised. That poor lad.
It's gonna get a hard time.
The last thing you see is an old sweaty man smoking a cigar, sticking his whole fist up your jacksie.
And then the cigar comes out the mouth.
Yeah.
Do I have that moment?
You had it in the thumbnail, didn't you? Was that the thumbnail?
I think I have a different angle. If people want the thumbnail,
yeah, it's
I've got this. I don't think I've got the. I don't think I've got the cigar. I took a different shot for the close up. I do love this. I will say for people, if anyone is what, I mean, I'll let you into one of my biases. Obviously, we all know about the Toddifier, Tony Todd instant burger, and you cannot get your 12 burgers without Tony Todd. But I will let you know that I am an absolute sucker for any scene where someone is punched through the head and the fist comes out the mouth. Very few cases of it. Brain Dead, Angel Season 4, this almost never happens. But every time that effect happens, I'm like, that was neat.
Yeah.
That was neat.
Yeah.
I'm a simple person, you know. I'm very easily pleased. Gosh, yeah. Half these screen caps are from the party, which I think is quite revealing.
Do you think
they had so much fun in the last half hour of this movie? They had so much fun doing this.
To be fair, I don't know if I would have had fun doing this, man.
This would have been painstaking effects work and lots of. We have one model. We cannot screw this up.
If you screw this up,
George took the name Screaming Mad George for a reason. I mean, look at the stuff he did in Big Trouble in Little China. Look what he did.
I was amazed by that.
Animator.
I was absolutely amazed.
He was one of the ones who did the weird effects in Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. He's the one who came up with those concepts.
Oh yeah, he's an absolute wunderkind. You know, Japanese Rob Bottin. But you know something really messed up? You know what? Brian Yuzna's working on this diligently. He had another film out this year. Do you know what film that was?
Nope.
Weapons?
I'm pretty.
I'm just guessing.
I'm pretty sure that no one would ever guess it. The other film he worked on in that year,
Super Mario,
was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, I can believe it.
I think you meant this year.
No, Society and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Brilliant.
Same dude, brilliant. Same year. How? Living Here, absolutely. Yeah. It's the practical effects take it to another level. They are not all golden. Yeah, they're not all golden. Like I've got one of them which I thought was. I mean, here, like this is terrible. This looks awful.
I was laughing through that entire scene.
Yeah.
Just her walking on her husband's hands.
Yeah, but apart from that, and YouTube monetization, forgive me, and of course this.
Hold on.
The verisimilitude.
Okay, butthead. Well, here I am.
By the way, Tucker Carlson vibes. I can only see Tucker Carlson's laugh. This is not an attack on Tucker Carlson, but I just see his face in that. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hold on a minute.
Oh no. You're not going to shoot the hair on.
I'm going to share my screen with you for a second because just keep this chat, you as well. This is a group activity. I want you to keep this image in mind. All right. Keep this image in mind. Actually, hold that thought. Hold that thought. We're going to keep that. Hold on. I'm going to work my magic here. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Right. Can I go full screen? Here we go. Right. Share my screen. Sorry, I am completely derailing here, but it has to be done. Share screen. Let's go. This one here. And we'll share the audio as well because we need to.
Oh.
All right.
You're a brave lad. Right. Tell me when.
Go for it. So.
Oh. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'm a boomer. Right, here we go.
So just keep that.
Oh.
All right, hold on. We're not done yet.
That's fabulous.
Anyway,
well,
yeah.
Thank
So
you.
that's all I hear.
That's excellent. Yeah. I appreciate that. Oh, gee. I knew you would go to some weird places in the stream.
That GIF actually timed it quite well inside.
You really did.
Back round.
Oh, my goodness. I'm switching us back onto this. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get that. Sister. It's a wood.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not knowing where that's been. Ugh.
No. I'm still stuck on this. Is the only thing they wanted to do was get to this bit.
Mom's cooch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she used to be such a nice girl.
Tucker would fit well in an 80s hammy film.
I could see it.
So I suppose
Gen X entered the chat. Lawrence, I resemble that remark.
I guess this is something we talked about a bit backstage, but we've got to do it. So, having got to the revelation and the politics, it's even literally on the poster. Like they aren't really messing around. They put it front and center. The rich have always fed off the poor.
What were they trying to say about this? What was the message of this film?
Yeah, we gotta get into it. Let me get the let me just get a suitable screenshot. Let's just go for this one. This is beautiful. Genuinely, this is amazing. Like this is just a. Do you guys remember like the Doom loading screen? OG Doom background. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Or was it or Doom 2? You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the politics of society. Now this brings us into some potentially contentious territory that chat has been very delighted to raise. So let's tread sensitively about this. Let's go for it. Just a quick summary. What is the message of society? I'm sure it doesn't take a paragraph, does it? Murgoot, do you want to take a shot at it?
It's a parody of high society, Hollywood society, Washington society. It's how people see them. Rich, degenerate, control the world, and can do whatever they want with impunity. That's just the basic message. This entire scene is like something out of H.R. Giger or Bogzinski from Poland, the surrealist painter.
Ooh. Can you get that name in the chat for us? I think we need to look up. I know they were inspired by Dali, specifically this painting, The Great Masturbator. This is the thing that Screaming Mad George was inspired by for the shunting, if you're interested. See, we're classy. We're classy on this stream.
Why is she sniffing it?
Orgy. Don't you? No?
No.
Oh.
Ugh.
I just think the aroma enhances.
Oh,
well, let's move on. This is a family stream. But
what the that inspired this film?
Yeah.
Right, shoot the artist. Jesus Christ.
Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
Wild man used to walk with a pet anteater through Paris. There's a famous photograph of it, and it's absolutely hysterical.
He was asked to do the art design for a film. My brain is robbing me of it. It's a really well-known film, and they asked Dali to do the art for it. Oh, it's killing me. It's killing me. Anyway, yeah, it's not subtle politics. The elite are entrenched, control all of society. They close ranks, and they really just enjoy abusing the poor, and they take great enjoyment in it. I mean, maybe they. Thank you, Dr. Prepper. Thank you. Yes, good call. That's the one. I think that's the one. I don't know. Like, was this shocking back in the day? Because just post the release of Epstein
I
Party,
don't know. The first time I saw it was about 20 years ago. I never saw it it was released in the States in 92. So
wait,
I
what?
missed it with everything else going on. It was released in Europe in 88. And
it was held back years and years in America.
How? Hang on a minute.
It's very common back in the day.
I was going to say, were there some people in America that were like, "Hang on a minute, we can't let the people see this film"?
The idea was that the Europeans were much more up for this kind of extreme content and satire, whereas the American market would be more prudish and not really like the joke, which they seem to be vindicated by. Like, this did trash at the box office when it eventually came out.
In the US, it was a big hit in Europe, made all its money back in Europe.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Us Europeans are right freaks, aren't we? Apparently.
Yeah, we are much more comfortable with this sort of thing. But I guess just the trouble is, like, it's extreme content. But for me, and I would assume both of you guys, and probably everyone watching this, it's very tame messaging. Because
tame in what way?
It's just, in the sense, it's just unsurprising.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
and not hugely challenging.
No, I agree. I mean, why? There isn't really. Is there really a counter narrative that you could get from this film?
Not
I don't
really.
think so.
They beat you over the head with it.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Marussia, that's what I've been saying.
Oh, Dissident Night, you
purposefully badly written.
Marussia has come as a legend, but speaking of legends, Marussia, all right, confirm me, I'll go for it. Marussia, I will allow, and I like the camel, I will allow, like, dodgy, I can get dodgy lines. I don't like dodgy plot points. My autism does not allow it, I'm afraid. My rumored autism. But while we're talking about rumored autism, I do want to specify that I did catch crew members in the reflection of this light stand. if you watch them, you just like, you got the reflection here. Look, there's a bunch of feet.
It's more subtle than the boom showing, fuzzy boom showing.
That dude ain't even wearing shoes, is he? Is he just wearing his socks?
There's at various points you can see them moving. There's like 3 dudes. As I say, Harry counts bullets. I look at reflective surfaces for crew members. You got to have a hobby. But anyway, speaking of legends, a wonderful Distant Night, who also once again did the screen caps for the episode. Thank you. You're an absolute legend. You gave me a wealth of screen caps to choose from here. Has sent in 50 Aussie dollars, much appreciated, saying this movie is what you get when the mentally deficient try to write a meta-narrative. To quote Murgoot, hilarity ensues. Also, hail ass face. Yeah, Distant Night wanted me to use that ass face as the thumbnail.
I heard about that.
Chickened out.
I heard about
that.
Yeah.
Chickened out, but I think I got away with something quite out there. Thank you very much, DK, both for the donation and for the screen caps. The meta narrative, as we said, doesn't hold together. I will also throw out here this is where we're in slightly more contentious territory that maybe people don't need spelling out, is they go out of their way to say they are talking about Hollywood. Specifically, they say show business, and it's the world that Brian Yuzna would know. And, you know, do you guys need me to say it? When this group is talking about influential groups in show business and talking about an elite there that does very perverted things, the movie sort of goes out of its way to be decidedly non-specific. Well, no, it's very specific about who isn't at fault. You know, Ray Blanchard's funeral, he's buried in a yarmulke, and this is the synagogue he's buried in. Oh, why can't I find it?
Yeah, synagogue with a Catholic rosette. That was one nitpick I had. But
where is it?
The Star of David instead of the menorah.
There we go.
And the Catholic rosette.
Like
was.
Okay.
I've been in quite a few synagogues.
Multi-faith church, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything. I'm used to the more sort of like round design. Like it's a bit more in the round. Like basically everyone I've seen.
Yeah.
It's not really that preach prominent. It's you are more surrounded on multiple sides. Like am I wrong? Am I weird for that?
Yeah, that's an old Episcopal or Catholic church.
Yeah.
Because that's a Catholic rosette or an Episcopalian rosette.
Yeah.
With
it looks like it. It's just, it's weird. And it's like, you can talk about the elite and you can talk about Hollywood elite. But if you just sort of go out your way to, at that point, divert, it feels more awkward than if you just didn't say anything. Like if you want to avoid awkward things in a post-Weinstein era, that's fine. But like, it's just weird to point at an issue and then kind of divert and swing. It's just weird. Like, it just feels like don't do the thing.
Would you have liked them to say, "Hey guys, Shalom brothers, let's have an orgy tonight"? Would you have liked them to have said that?
Oh yeah.
Would you have liked them to go down that route? I can say,
if they're struggling to make that, if they need to really get that run time up, they could just be like, "Hey, and also guys, it's Seder, and somewhere there are 3 breadcrumbs. So quickly, somewhere in this pile of people, you'll find those breadcrumbs, boys." That's going to be an incredibly niche reference for some people.
But yeah, I mean, sort of going back to the vagueness of the bad guys, I'm wondering whether they. See, you could say, right, they don't want to look at a specific group, let's say.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do kind of signal like white guy bad in this film, because it's all the white people. And as Joe rightly points out, the only slug alien person, whatever, who kind of rebels against that is Clarissa, who isn't. You know, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, but you could certainly, if you have that sort of racial lens sort of embedded, and the aliens themselves literally say it, we're not the same race as you, so that there is a racial element to it.
Yeah, it's a very specific line that's thrown in there.
Yeah, and obviously now if we're going down the genetics route, okay, so why does Clarissa look different to the other ones?
Yeah,
what makes her different, that she would sympathize with humans, and do you know what I mean? I don't know if that was I don't know if that was intentional from the film creators or not, to make Clarissa stand out from the rest in that regard. And the only way they could do that was to hire an actress that was a different race to the actual remaining cast. Because what you got to remember as well, this is like 1980s, so demographically, and also like in terms of like the people in the films industry, it looked a lot different back then than it does now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it just gives me that feel of
I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's as sinister. Sorry to interrupt. I don't think it's as sinister as I don't think it's as sinister as what it could be, but it could certainly be interpreted that way. And I don't think people would be wrong if they watched this film and sort of gone, hang on a minute.
Lawrence, I've been waiting for a chance to answer your question about has anything been more represented in film than Beverly Hills? Yes. Southern U.S. small towns are far more misrepresented than Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is pretty misrepresented, but southern small towns still take the cake.
I'd be interested in that. Just to round off the point, it's obviously it's awkward talking about that aspect, both because YouTube censorship and also because we aren't like 100% like all one group are bad. Like how can you feel like you're cucking out when you talk about that and put the caveats in, but the caveats are genuine, you know?
Yeah.
And what comes to my mind, and this is going to be a weird throwback example, is do you guys remember an old TV series called Sleeper Cell?
Yes.
Yes. Murgoot, you got my back. Right. So it's like post 9/11. It's a few years after that. And American TV decides, we're up for we're concerned about the jihad, right? We're going to do a series.
The war hero comes back after being.
I do remember. Yeah.
Right.
I never watched series, but I know I know the story. Yeah.
Yeah. So they do a jihadi terror sleeper cell. Hi, YouTube monetization. Nice to see you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah. But that terror cell, the jihadi terror cell that they portray as like 2 white guys, 1 black guy, 1 Arab, and it's like it's that thing of this is we really care about this issue. This is a big thing. But actually talking about that is making us feel a bit nervous. So we're going to suddenly throw this bizarre element in. So
that's the thing. That's coming more and more true with the gender jihadis.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were just ahead of the time. None of them were gingers, though.
Oh, I was going to say, was one of them ginger?
No, none of them were gingers, so it's totally inaccurate.
There's another series that was on HBO or Showtime where the villain protagonist was a redhead, and I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me right now. But he was an up-and-coming actor. God, what was the name of it? But he comes back. He was a war hero. He gets brainwashed, and he runs for Congress.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Not Sleeper Cell.
They got that right.
Yeah.
There we go. Sleeper Cell. Here you go. Here's your jihadi terror cell.
What's the dude from The Mummy on the far right?
Yeah, Oded Fehr, if I remember correctly. He was also in some of the Resident Evil movies.
That's right. Yeah.
They done him dirty. You know. Your jihadi terror cell people, you know, and they had to make sure it was being investigated by, you know, a genuine convert, but who was a good one. His character name was Darwin. I didn't intend this to become a Sleeper Cell stream, but that show stuck in my head. It's a good watch. It's an absolute slop, but it's good fun.
Joe OS3VP. Yeah, Die Hard was accurate for the 80s, the German terrorists, the Red Army cells, that kind of thing. It was a big worry, it being exported to the States from Europe. They, God, what's the German phrase for it? But the...
Rote Army Fraktion, that one?
Yeah, the Red Army faction.
Yeah. Bader-Meinhof.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of. They were worried about them coming over the States.
Joe's being
For a while.
sarcastic, he says.
Okay.
That's okay. Die Hard also had a. I can't go into.
Are you going to talk about I was like, you're going to talk about Die Hard 3, that scene.
Oh God.
Oh, that's yeah.
Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis hamming it up over.
Yeah,
they're having a great time. No, I was thinking about the hacker character who's a bit of a staple of 80s movies.
Yeah.
Maybe not super representative of reality, but there we go. Anyway, so I bring all this up to say it's like it's just awkward when something tries to point at something and then kind of bricks it and like makes an awkward swerve that it's just like you just don't need to do it. And maybe if you're going to swerve, you're better off not doing it and being vague, just being vague and talking about elites in general. But I don't know, with Revelations, I don't want to name particular Hollywood, well-known Hollywood people, but I think you've all heard rumors about this, it's not being far off. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's just.
I hate socioeconomic. Wonderful. Well played, Lawrence. Well played. Gosh. So I think that's when we were getting to is we're talking about the politics of this and just saying like for us, it's
I think in a film like
this, daring, but it's actually kind of tame.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think in a film like this, it's difficult to avoid the politics because it is obviously trying to portray a political message. But you're absolutely right. Safe edgy probably isn't the word for it, but it's definitely something that would be appreciated by people within that particular industry. I think
safe edgy isn't. That's pretty good.
I mean, there's nothing safe about that. What we're looking at there. I mean,
all the incest jokes and everything like that.
Twister.
For the 80s, that was pretty
Twister.
risky.
They're playing Twister. There's no.
They're all just breakdancing.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, in terms of sort of like the targets of criticism, that's probably a safe.
At the time, everybody hated the yuppies. Everybody hated the rich.
This is what I'm saying. It's like a product of it. It is a product of its time. Don't get me wrong.
John Tron's having a rough time.
John Tron won, man. He won.
John Tron wins everything. What can we say? Oh, this is one of my favorite moments. Just this one of the hand like squelching in.
I
love that. I love that. That was.
I was wondering whether what was going on was that if they were like excreting some kind of almost like saliva to like breaking down, because the whole point of it was everyone was in there, getting in there, essentially getting him nice and soft and limber for the host, who obviously is the judge. So basically they're like chewing the food before letting the host do the consuming. Like
slugs, like flies, do this thing where they excrete a very corrosive, digestive enzyme-filled fluid. So I assume since we saw slugs at the start, that's what they're getting at. That it's just there to break down the skin barrier.
Yeah, which is why I'm less inclined to call them aliens. Besides the fact that they said they weren't aliens, and the affection they had towards those slugs earlier on in the film with the mother, kind of makes me think they're more like that. But then they like literally merge into each other as well, which obviously like slugs can't do. I don't know, man. Probably just the Blob, I guess. This is probably the Blob 3. That's probably what we're saying. The Blob has learned.
It's incredible effects. There's only a few misses in here, but the trouble is when it comes to scoring this movie, is like,
do you know what
fun as this stuff is? Go ahead.
I'll say, do you know what a miss for me in terms of the effects was? But I will say heckin' hilarious. All I've got to do is this.
This guy, this moment, yeah. Oh wait, sorry, I haven't got that on screen. There you go.
Yeah. Inside out.
I would kindly request chat that no one post DSL. That'd be great if you can.
Clearly raided in his pantry.
Oh no. Oh, thank you for the $5 Aussie distant night. That's awful.
Yeah, does anybody have stats and figures for baby oil sales in 1988/89?
It must have been baby oil. The amount of liquid latex being used here is crazy.
Yep. Lipsmax thing says living here. Don't show this pic. Don't show this to clavicular.
Yeah, guys, I don't know how to score this movie. Like, the end thing is fun, but absolutely brainless and makes no sense.
I'm not even. Yeah, the ending as well isn't satisfactory. Like, there's no real resolution. It just
we do a 1v1.
Yeah, I know.
Other people pitch in, and Clarissa's mum pitches in.
Yeah.
And that's apparently fine. And then the group, which is like super powerful, is like, we'll.
They get away and they're just like, okay, whatever. Roll credits. What?
Like, what even happens after that? Nothing is resolved.
Nothing at all.
We got our slug orgy. Now let's get out. Like,
literally, yeah, it's literally that. It's literally that. You know, okay, right. We've got to the bit. We've done the bit that you really wanted to do. What happens next?
The last line kind of explains it. Yeah, it's unsatisfactory, but they continue on with the party and continue ruling the world.
Yeah.
Do I have that screen cap? I don't think I do. The
what do you mean nothing's resolved? They run away, innit? Look, Billy. For me, right, the film should have ended, right, with Billy getting 2 gunshots to the back of the head and it being declared a suicide. How on the nose can you get then?
That'd do it. Just like a post-cred scene. That would have been a good post-cred scene.
Although, mind you, they'd already declared him dead.
Yes, true. I know. If the point is, the elite are never affected by this, then that's kind of fine. It ends up unsatisfactory because, as we point out, the plot just twists and turns to do whatever it needs to in the moment, and they just abandoned Clarissa's mum, who they never explained.
Yeah. Yeah, even if she was one of these slug people, the fact that they just happily left her there when good old mate here who was like dumping action men with screws in his head and blow up dolls in the Jeep of Billy's car. He does take her there. He uses her to gain access to the building, and then they're like, "Okay, run! Take the hot one! Take the hot one! Leave the munter."
I come away with the feeling like no one cared.
Do you think, hang on,
we've got the slug orgy, we're done.
I've just had a thought. Maybe Billy is actually David Icke. Maybe this actually happened, and maybe the film has continued. David Icke.
They didn't have any scales or reptilian eyes.
Repress those memories until he put on that tracksuit. Took those, went on that little trip of his.
When did he start writing? Because we got this in 1989.
It was the early 90s.
We got Scream 3 in 2001. We have got, hang on. We've got Lost Highway in 97. I'm trying to chart when films started, like, kind of hinting at the casting couch. I'm like, is David Icke really fitting into that,
This is more.
Lawrence is doing me a big favor and shouting out my brilliant video, "How to Miss Propaganda," way back in the archive.
Wow.
One of my faves. One of my favies. Good times. Good times.
What a time. What a time.
Folks, I don't know how to score this one. The slug orgy is fun, but it's a lot to get to. And I just don't know, man. I don't know.
What else can we talk about before we even get there? I mean,
I know. The sister? This face in particular that she makes.
I'm sorry, but the back bubble-ons did not match the front ones.
No, you got absolutely robbed there.
Looks like she did a Terminator 3 at the.
This is one of those other things. Is like, I know I'm just being an autist, but these are scenes that exist only for the viewer. Like, why would she do this? And then he opens it, and is she like deliberately just messing with him here? I don't know.
Remember, I'll go back to what I said earlier. You know, if you see a relatively attractive woman in unnatural positions, you know, any lad would sort of be like, huh, opportunity.
Like she's just sort of trying to fix a washing machine, but she's got stuck, sort of thing.
That kind of not.
She's trying to protect a lemon tree.
Maybe not so opportunity, but potential. You know, like think of the things. Think of the game of Twister you can play.
Oh, Lord,
you know,
I'm getting us back to Tucker Carlson. Stick with him. Yeah.
Don't make me break out that gif again.
No.
By the way,
this whole thing has been super tricky because I've struggled with this one, guys, because like you said at the start, there's like, what do you say about this one?
Yeah, like
there's not much of a message to unpack, and they're only interested in this one scene. So
yeah, I mean,
okay, I'll kick us off.
Kick us off, Murgoot. Let's go, man.
9 rubber burgers covered with latex ketchup. Lots and lots. It's overloaded. It's covering the plate and spilling onto the table. I actually love this movie. Just all the 80s jokes, the teen sex comedy vibes turning into horror. The last half an hour was a joy for gorehounds. I laughed all the way through it both times I watched it this week. The jokes were horrible and I just laughed along with the director. It's flat out. I was like, I found it hilarious.
Yeah. Okay.
Mate, respect. Did you give it a 9?
Yeah, I gave it a 9. I just love the horrifying aspect. I love the teen sex comedy aspect. It's great.
I feel like you are much more like in on the joke.
Well, I just feel like in that time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, you know, that what, don't take this the wrong way, but you know that world. You've got like a fresh 80s mind, and you're like, yeah, they're not serious about that. They're taking the mick. Versus us who come to it and it's from the outside and it's a bit harder, and you're just like, oh, that's weird. Okay, a 9. Marusa, it's good to know that the gentlemen here aren't too superficial. Well, and a wink following that. Well, thank you. We do like to
do all in good humor. It's all in good humor.
And we have a good fun, like a low-key rule is like we always like to talk about the film for longer than the runtime of the film. We try and choose things that we do have something decent to say about is the other thing.
Yeah, so, we've got 2 minutes before we exceed.
Yeah, we're close. But I will say that sometimes it's a struggle. It's one of the other running things that people will pick up, and I'm not trying to pad the stream here, but people will notice that I really struggle with talking about horror comedies. I never know what to say about them. This has given us a couple of hooks, but if you chaps weren't here, I'd have been in and out in 20 minutes because I'd you know, I'd talk about how fit the sister is, I'd commit a quick hate crime, and then I'd be out.
And you know, no one would blame you, because I think 20 minutes to cover this film is probably more than enough. Probably more than enough. All right, okay, right.
Go for it. Go for it, TCG.
Right, okay. What does this film do well? Right, next one. No. No. Do you know what? I will take my hat off to the people, to the makeup and effects teams who worked on this film, because I think one thing I've always appreciated, for long-time viewers will know that practical effects are always a big thing. I'll always go with that over CGI any day of the week, and twice on Sundays. And the fact that obviously this is a time where CGI wasn't a thing, you've really got to hammer home those practical effects. And I think for the largest part, they absolutely nailed this. I mean, look at what's on your screen right now. I think this is absolutely brilliant. The only thing that is missing is probably the chocolate starfish that could probably got about there, maybe.
Hats off to Screaming Mad George and his crew.
Absolutely. Oh, even gone and fetched a hat to do it. You love to see it.
So I think they did that really, really well, and obviously it's all brought to a crescendo at the end of the film when you get the orgy scene, and it's just absolute madness. And yeah, they've gone balls to the wall with it, and I think largely speaking they done a really good job with that. And then throughout the film as well, when you're seeing like the shower scene, you're seeing the girl when she's got her legs facing one way, the back going the other way. You've got just trying to think of other bits that happened, but largely, yeah, it is fun. Yeah, living exactly. Yeah, it's a fun time, really. And it's illustrated through the use of the practical effects. It's just unfortunate that the story was crap. The scripting was terrible, and I know it's been mentioned a couple of times that apparently it was meant to be intentionally bad, but I don't know how much I buy that. I really don't. Just, you know, I don't mind lack of subtlety. But I thought it would have been far more interesting, because Dr. Prepper, I think, mentioned that it's not just obviously getting to one scene at the end. Obviously, there is this descent into madness that Billy's going through. But I would have liked for it to. I would have liked to have been a bit more of a twist at the end. You know, maybe he goes schizo and kills a bunch of people in the room, and it's just in his mind. It's all the other way. It's all inverted. Yada yada yada. But yeah, it just sort of, you know, everything that he thinks is true. Okay, fine. Oops, never mind. I didn't get that, but it did hit in some places. I.e., the scene, as I talked about earlier, the scene where they find the debate bro geezer with the glasses dead in the car, and that's all changed out, and he then turns up at the next debate the next day. The cassette, the audio being changed whilst rushed, maybe again, just sort of was nice, was good. It sort of going down the route of, is this guy mad, or is everything he's saying true? But it just, yeah, it's obvious Billy isn't mad just because Blanchard is aware. Yeah, that's true. That is true as well. But yeah, I just feel like it didn't land for me in terms of the actual story itself. We got some decent scenes, like visually, but in terms of actually telling the story, I think it lacked really severely. So on that note, it's probably a 5 for me. 5 out of 12. It is a sloppy, greasy, baby oil soaked burger and waiter, there is a fly in my bun.
Slug
in my bun.
Slug even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the disparity in there. I've seen zeros in the chat. I've seen 9s. I've seen Maru's a big fan of it.
I can see why people would
Marusa,
score it highly. And the thing, sorry to interrupt. I can see why people would score it highly. Absolutely. Because again, I think it's just a matter of taste, really. And unfortunately for me, it wasn't. It was something that I could. I mean, look, visually, when we got to scenes like this, I was recoiling, like, oh my God, this is actually disgusting. Like, what the freak? And then you have the family twister, like, subplot behind it as well. And I'm thinking, that is absolute, like, that is just disturbing. And I didn't actually, it was good to feel that way about a horror film, because I'm so desensitized to them nowadays. It takes a lot to get me to that level. So I will praise the film for that, but it's just I would have liked to have had a bit more meat on the bone of the story, and it just didn't deliver. So yeah, unfortunately, it does get a 5, but what it does score on, it's what it does score highly on is absolutely like what you're seeing visually, and some of the subtle jokes, i.e. the beach on the woman, and then later on the geezer. It's like, okay, see what you're doing there, you filthy buggers.
I see. Yeah,
it's tolerable.
I think that
I would say it's tolerable.
We've got disparity here. I respect that, and I think also I can totally see this is that angle. Look, we've literally got Joe's 0 out of 10 immediately followed by Marusa's 10 out of 10. What does this mean? It means this film is wonderfully specific. And some people are going to absolutely love it. And I'll throw in there's a film that maybe not too many people have seen called Hatchet from about 2006.
Oh, Hatchet's a classic.
It's aggressively stupid.
Yeah.
But if you know your slashers, you know that it knows it's aggressively stupid and is having immense fun with it. And if you go for that, it's a hoot. But I think if you showed it to the average person, I don't want to be like, you have to have IQ this high to understand how.
It's not the Rick and Morty of horror slashers.
No.
Yeah.
But there are levels of meta in there that make it much better. But for the average person, it's going to be like, or let's say for the normal person who doesn't watch the number of these that we do, it just looks aggressively stupid, genuinely. So that would give the kind of disparity that I think we're seeing here. This is a very specific vision that some people want, and other people are going to be hit with, what the hell am I watching? A quick question. As some people might say, we live in an industrial society. I will only say, kudos, Lawrence. Kudos. My camera even picked that up. It's auto-blurring it.
Fuzzing it out.
Anyway, that was Thomas the Tank Engine, obviously, folks, if anyone's only listening on audio. Yes. And Living here asking, do we take movie suggestions? We do take movie suggestions and requests. We tend to work this in forms of thematic arcs over a month so that we can sort of build up a bit of a picture of what's happening in a particular area of horror. So rather than just doing all over the place, we'll do themes. But towards the end of the month, we tend to go a bit random. But also, and forgive me, I do have to shill this. If you join as a member either here or on Subscribestar, you can get a film of your choice guaranteed reviewed. That's something I always do. So for as little as I think $2.99 on Subscribestar, you can get your film guaranteed to be reviewed. Whereas otherwise, it might take a little while to get through the backlog. I know I have a month of member requests coming up, so there you go. Forgive me for the rampant shilling, but it got to be done. Right, so moving on. What do I think? I think I have a hard time categorizing this because the effects are incredible. It is a hell of a payoff scene, but I've only seen it twice, and it's it's such an imbalanced scene that is all about making it to this one mega payoff, and that makes it a trouble for me. That makes it difficult. I'm just waiting for it to get to this, and I think the filmmakers were just waiting for it to get to this, and they just, the plot ends up all sloppy, as we've said. There's stuff they could do to make it a lot more interesting, and it just feels like they didn't want to do that. And my usual problem of I just don't like horror comedies generally is playing in here. I'll also throw in my usual problem with the film's message basically going safe edgy, which is always a bit awkward. I'll throw that in there as well. For those reasons, man, I'm sorry. It's a 5 feels harsh, but it is in that, like, would I recommend it? I think it's got to be a 5. Like, if I wanted to say, guys, there's some absolutely incredible effects work that will blow your mind, I'd point someone towards Brain Dead and say, like, here's incredible practical effects that is in a horror comedy, but on the way, it's consistently funny, and you're not like, it's got an incredible payoff, but you aren't only waiting for the payoff. So that's probably what I'd end up doing. If someone wanted it, I'd say go and watch Brain Dead or Dead Alive to you Americans. So there we go. That's what I've got to do. It's somewhere between a 5 and a 6. Like, you could see it, but it's a unique vision, but it's not even your best Brian Yuzna. I feel harsh, man. I think I'll lean.
This feels like, do you know what? This kind of feels like a film that could do with the Tetsuya treatment. You know, get a sequel that is simply or like the Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Give it another go. Yeah.
Refine it.
I think it's definitely got potential.
There's so many good elements in it, and then just lots of other stuff is like sloppy and uninteresting, and I just feel you could improve that, and you could massively bump this up. If the journey to this finale was improved, then my score would be rocketing. We'd be on about an 8. You know, it would be very easy to make this an 8. It's just, you just got to improve the journey to the payoff that they were really interested in.
100%. Living Here says, will this movie inspire young horror movie creators? We'll get to You Just Said at Night in a second, don't worry. It depends on who is doing the creating. So if you're talking about visual makeup effects and people like that, I think absolutely 100%, because there's some real creative elements here, you know, some real risks taken, and I think there's a lot of payoff in that regard. And I absolutely think that people would look at this sort of film like your Brain Deads, and they'll look at this. This is probably a good example of a film where they look at that and go, right, okay, well, how can I sort of emulate some of the effects or even improve on some of them? If you were a script writer, however, I would suggest that those people should be sticking closer to pop-up books than than trying to write their own script. Because if you take inspiration from this, where they say "party hearty," and you know, cream sugar or pea in your tea, there's better places to get inspiration from.
Yeah,
but yeah, definitely from an effects perspective, 100%, I'd say so.
Yeah, and the overall storyline as well, great. Just the script is not there, so I'd agree with TCG. Distant Night, absolute star around here, sending another $5 Aussie, saying check the next chat for the score. I will do, and Distant Night has gone for a respectful 8 contortionist homunculi burgers with an evanescent meta patties. What, hot goth chicks? Evanescent? Evanescent meta patties and a huge squirt of mirth sauce with a whiff of Diddy's pantry. A very fair score. Clearly worked for you. Clearly warmer to the horror comedies. That's probably where I'm going wrong. But this is a fair score. This is fair. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the commentary on this. Thank you again for the generosity over the course of the stream. We all like the P and the T bit. We all did. That
I didn't. I was drinking a tea at the time.
Yeah.
What's that? What?
What is the next Gooner-friendly movie? Oh, if you saw the way the vote was going in the channel members choosing next month's arc, you wouldn't want to. That's a dangerous question. But
I heard that line about being in the tea, and I was like, right, that colonial blood in me was just rising. Like,
Boston Harbor was bad enough.
Was it Howling 2 or Howling 3 that had the werewolf orgy?
Howling 3 is the Australian one.
You're thinking of
marsupials. Possibly
Sybil Danning. Okay.
You're thinking of Furfest 2014. Rainforest.
Jess Franco has confirmed it's Howling 2. I'll confess, I am very, very weak on the Howling movies. That could be an arc. I thought we could just do an arc where you just go through them until we go below a 6 on the score and we just nope out. That would be an interesting one. Anyway, yeah, okay. Oh my goodness. That's your movie sucks birthday. Deep lore joke. Deep lore. All right. Well, folks, we've got the scores here. We got a high one from Murgoot and some not quite making the cutoff for give it a watch. If you can't get over 6, 6 is the boundary for me. 6 is the boundary of it is worth watching. I feel so harsh, but it just doesn't make it. Now, with that said, with that review of Society done, we'll give the horror homework for next week. And as I teased at the start, I have perhaps ill-advisedly set a precedent of you can literally just harass me until I acquiesce. Try not to take that forward, but I will be rewarding Dylan with I don't think he's in the chat today, but I will be rewarding Dylan with his his conviction, his fortitude, his indefatigability. And next week we will be watching his suggestion, Landmine Goes Click.
Have never heard of it. So
never heard of it.
It's niche. It's fairly recent. 2015.
Okay.
Yes, 2015. Filmed in Georgia, as in Georgia, the country, as community fans know it. Yeah, independent, English language, but filmed in Georgia on the cheap. Many such cases go far off into Eastern Europe to film for cheap. Seed of Chucky, most affected. I've been talking too long. The voice is going, guys. Lawrence.
Here, the only
Lawrence.
Part of Porky's is the shower scene.
Yeah. Lawrence, absolutely. Member request month. That's getting scheduled. Night House is getting scheduled in member request month. That's probably June. So don't worry, we'll get it done for you then. I know you've prompted the Night House so many times. I absolutely want to get that one covered for you. Don't worry. So there we go, folks. You have got your review of Society. You have got your horror homework for next week, which is the 2015 film Landmine Goes Click. And Maris has got reiterated 10 out of 10. We haven't shifted you, but don't worry, you don't have to be shifted. These are our takes, and everyone has got their own. But I hope you found our analysis interesting. Fantastic. And yes, horror homework's given out. And you have an appointment if you are a TCG fan or a Metal Gear Solid fan over on TCG's channel. He has just posted the link. get in there if you want to enjoy a fun, cozy gaming stream about 35 minutes from now. But that Mario's the Sleepaway Camp. Never heard of it. Don't know why you'd recommend that one here. No, we like it. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it. Careful now.
I think,
but on the other hand, the Sleepaway Camp 2 is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So. Jesus, that was
Maverick confirmed. TCG Gaming Emporium hater and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker hater. I'll see you in 35 minutes, Maverick.
Fantastic. All right, folks. Massive thanks to my co-host. I enjoyed this. We may have downvoted the film quite a bit, but it was a good stream and a good conversation.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
That muted guy. That boomer.
Yeah, sorry. I went to click the unmute button and then I slipped. Yeah, no, definitely amazing chat. As I say, the low score doesn't take away from the fact that there are promising things in this film. I think, yeah, it needed polishing, it needed refining, and it needed a bit of needed to be someone who could write better, really.
Yeah.
Oh, you and me both, Lawrence. You and me both. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself.
You got stamina, my friend. You got stamina. I'm passing out already.
I don't want to wake up in the morning.
Thank you so much for that. And thank you, chat. Lovely and generous. It always helps. Greasing the wheel. And you know what? Very few people make it this far, but I will say if you're one of the fabulous people who is on the rewatch and enjoying the replay, you can drop a super thanks. It's very much appreciated. I will leave you there and ready to hand you over to TCG in probably about 35 minutes now. And I hope
it will be about 30.
30 minutes. Lovely.
Yep.
There we go. And I hope you got a lovely Friday tomorrow and a wonderful weekend after that. I will leave you there. Thanks, y'all. Cheers.